14, my career. Let's get let's get ready for the
Conference battle here at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee as the Bucks look to work the home court to their advantage. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan joining me, Clark Kellogg, Steve Curran, courtside, Doris Burke. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. And as we take a look here at Brook Lopez, guys, give us some thoughts.
He's one of those guys who doesn't cool off easily. I mean, even if he's on a roll in the first half, you think maybe he'll cool off in the second after, the halftime break. Not the case. I mean, he can keep it rolling the entire game.
And we'd be remiss if we didn't also mention his supreme shot blocking. And he doesn't do it softly. He comes up with emphatic denials.
Taking a look at Brooklyn, they're faced now with what is probably the easiest part of their schedule. They've got a lot of home games on the docket, but they can't take anything, guys, for granted.
Checking out Brooklyn, they come out strong. I mean, sitting high atop the standings in the early going. A bit surprising, but very impressive, too.
Well, such a talented roster, Clark, and they're leaving no doubt. I mean, this is a team with a chance to go all the way. And they get the first bucket of the game there.
And I think it's going to be a good one.
And Kevin Garnett, remember last year in Boston, played a lot of center, but now with the Nets, will most likely go back to his natural power forward spot, playing alongside Brook Lopez.
Here's Williams, and a foul called on the shot. Got it on the layup that time, so he'll shoot right here. He's listed at 6'11", but I don't know, Clark. He looks taller than that, but he's really stuck on that 6'11" side.
Yeah, a lot of guys want to stay south of 7 feet. I don't know why. It's something psychological or personal. Guys just feel better about being listed under 7 feet tall, but the key with him is he's always played like a 7-footer, a very skilled and productive 7-footer at that.
Deron Williams is so strong and so poised in the post. I'd like to see him down on the block a little bit more often. There are very few point guards in this league who really have the strength to deal with Williams in a post-up situation.
And Williams drops them both. And for Deron Williams, he is very versatile.
Yeah, he can pass it, shoot it, drive it, kills you with the crossover, and he's got excellent size that allows him to back you down, too. He can put you in the washing machine and take you for a spin every now and then.
Brooklyn Nets come into this one following a loss to New York.
Yeah, you want to talk about a team that just couldn't get into a rhythm offensively. That was a really ugly game for them.
Yeah, you know what? I wonder about the game plan, but really, it was more about a lack of execution than anything else.
Clock at 6. Here's Johnson. Arm's length from the hoop. He knocks it down. Johnson's got his first basket of the night.
Gotta love the low post offense. That was beautiful.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right. The basket and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
One of the bigger improvements last season, as I saw it, was Larry Sanders transforming from a specialist role player into a legitimate starting center. I mean, he always had a knack for defense and blocking shots and rebounding, but he polished up his offensive skills enough to be an impact player at that end of the floor.
Sanders, no good on the free throw. And for Sanders, some of his improvement offensively was just sticking to his strengths, finishing around the rim.
Yeah, he improved his shot selection. He's always played with a lot of energy, but I think his decision-making was the most improved player voting last year.
Nice young player for Milwaukee. So the Bucks, their last game, a win against the Wizards in Washington.
And if if you look at their numbers in that game, what jumps out most is the balance offensively. They really spread the wealth.
And they were on fire in all areas. That was a very satisfying road win.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Williams kicks to Johnson. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Yeah, they'd love to have a few more easy baskets like that to kind of set the tone for the rest of the game.
The pass to Sanders. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Sanders has got his second basket.
Looks like he may have been showboating a little bit at the end of that one.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I briefly spoke with Jason Kidd. As far as key factors coming into this game, he said that defense is their focus, and he added, our shot blocking really gives us that anchor inside, and the foundation we need to be successful at that end of the floor. That's something we can count on, and of course, the rest of our defensive execution is just as important, if not more so. Kevin, it's always defense first.
Thank you very much, Doris. The defensive strategy guys being heavily enforced by the coaching staff.
And that's in large part because of the talent they have on that side of the ball. A lot of length, speed, quick hands. They've got a lot of ability on that side of the floor.
Well, when you've got the horses, you got to ride them and let them run. And defensively, they've definitely got some horses. Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Yeah, the shots have been falling, that's for sure. The offense really in a good group.
Brooklyn leading by 6.
You know, in Larry Drew's, it was a bit of an unusual situation once the season concluded. He was in the final year of his deal. The Hawks said we'll interview other candidates and left him free to interview for other head coaching positions, and he landed in Milwaukee.
Here is Knight after Joe Johnson's score. 11 feet away, rebounded by the Nets. Lopez has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Johnson, the pass to Williams. Barnett with the screen for Williams. Back to Johnson. Outside, Pierce. 6 to shoot. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. That's on O.J. Mayo. Well, Stephen, back to Coach Drew. Of course, he ended up signing with the Bucks.
Well, that was an interesting move for him to go from Atlanta to Milwaukee. You know, the Hawks were one of the better defensive teams in the league last year. I think that's what the Bucks saw in Drew. And that's the idea for him to really help this team get the most out of its players, particularly defensively.
That's good from Lopez.
The Bucks actually made it back into the playoffs last season, but it wasn't because they were dominant at home. Only 21-20 at the Bradley Center, and those 21 wins were the fewest of any team that played in the playoffs.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Lopez hits them both. The vitamins, they lost 2 in a row on their home floor and got swept out of the playoffs. Steve, by Miami.
Well, it was a pretty tough matchup for anybody, but for Milwaukee, a team that was below 500, that was near impossible. But look, it was a struggle for the Bucks. We expected that, but getting to the playoffs was an accomplishment. We'll see if they can build on that this year.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Guys, well, Larry Drew had some advice for his team over that last break. If what I heard holds true, I'd say their pick and roll is going to be their primary offensive weapon. He made sure that his guys knew that should be the play they run until the defense shows they can stop it. Another part of what he said to them centered on his desire to see them shooting the ball every opportunity that presents itself. He said, fire away, guys. You've got the green light. So a very quick reaction to a shaky start as coach makes some early adjustments. Kevin, back to you.
And thank you for that, Doris. Now, here's Ridnow after the miss from Joe Johnson.
And that's a shot you can't pass up. He should knock that down.
Williams kicks to Johnson. Kept alive, Karolinko. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, Kevin, one thing for him, he's got great hands defensively. He applies a lot of pressure to whoever he's guarding.
And he'll gamble on the strip when you go up for a shot. I mean, he'll get some whistles, fouls called against him, but he gets all ball a lot too. talk about Andrei Kirilenko has been his length at the small forward spot, but he does a bunch of stuff out there well. He's got excellent court vision. He's a terrific passer, runs the floor well. He's really improved since he came into the league.
Reggie Evans, he's checked in for the Nets. Tyshawn Taylor comes in for Darren Williams. He hits the second from the line. You mentioned the versatility of Kirilenko. Great length for a small forward. He can play either forward spot. He's a versatile guy.
Yeah, his length helps him at both ends, Kevin. A good finisher inside, and we all know about the shot blocking and the steals. Love those 5 and 5 numbers of his career where he gets, 5 of everything. Points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, fouls, whatever you want.
Now, here's Ridnour. And here's Neal outside. And it's Kirilenko with the rebound.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No, that's for sure, because this guy's too good of a shooter to miss that look consistently.
Here's Anderson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. The three. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Steve, they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, it's impressive, too. Clark's already gotten them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Here's Ridnour.
That's great defense there. They're really going after the shooters right now.
That doesn't go either for Ridnour. Taylor dishes to Kirilenko. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
There's 31 seconds left to play in the first quarter. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place. They've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well.
And he gets it to go. Watch has got his first 2 points of the night. Now, here's Ridnour. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Nets lead by 9. And we'll get it going after this from the Bradley Center.
Tune in Tuesday, December 10th. The Milwaukee take on Derrick Rose at the Chicago Bulls. A Central Division battle. It's the real deal.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Nets.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
Yeah, their passing has been terrific, too, Clark. We're seeing a lot of assists, really moving, a lot of flow offensively. I like what I see.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Pierce is out there with Mirza Teletovic. And there's Livingston. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Taylor in at the point. Here is Ilyasova. 9-point game his last outing. He dishes it to Butler. And he converts the layup. Butler's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Bucks.
Well, head coach Jason Kidd, that's a phrase I didn't expect to hear this quickly, but Kidd wasted no time. Only a matter of weeks after he announced his retirement as a player, he was named the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. And, it's going to be interesting to see the transition. Kidd, obviously, great basketball IQ, so well respected as a person in the league. I think it's just a matter of time before he really finds his footing and becomes an excellent coach.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should really continue to work it down low, Clark. That's really going to free up the rest of their offense.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Gentlemen, Andre Kirilenko declined a second-year player option on his contract with the Timberwolves worth $10 million. He had to settle for a lot less in Brooklyn, but at least a chance to play for a stacked team looking to contend for a title. Kevin?
Well, they've definitely added some quality size, Doris. No question about that. We'll see how they do. That one misses. And back to Coach Jason Kidd, Clark, a rookie at the coaching profession, but one of the most intelligent and respected point guards over his 19 years in the NBA.
Yeah, always respected as a leader, and his basketball IQ off the chart. So I think he's one of the few guys that could go right from playing to being a successful head coach.
And the second free throw, good.
It seems for the past few years, the only time you heard about Brook Lopez's name was in what the Nets would give up for Dwight Howard. I mean, well, all of that talk goes away now, at least for a minute, because he signed that extension with the Nets. And because of that, I think he was more comfortable, and it showed in his production on the floor.
Here's Williams after the made shot from Sanders. Williams, that's good.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Knight with it. Williams picks him up. 13 feet away. Here's Sanders, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Sanders has got 6 points in the quarter. Nets leading by 6. And for Brook Lopez, a max contract going into last season. Raised some eyebrows for sure, but the way he's elevated his game, it looks like right now he's been worth every penny.
Yeah, I agree with that. First-time All-Star, he improved as a shot blocker and a rebounder. And, I thought he should have got maybe some votes at least for most improved player last season. Big reason why the Nets improved so much.
That's a good point.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound category. They've got to continue their work on the glass.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they're on the right side of the ledger, and that is all that matters to them right now with the lead they have.
The Bucks have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. And Butler, here we go. The leader falls for him. That was a difficult shot. Butler's got his second basket of the night. Nets have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Milwaukee team.
Well, going back to last year for a second, this was one of the few matchups that they didn't get the better end of things. They split the season series.
Kevin Garnett has checked in for Mirza Teletovic. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Johnson's got 12. Steve, you mentioned the stalemate they played to a year ago. Do you see that happening again this year, Clark?
Kevin, I'm not sure. It's really too early to tell. It wouldn't surprise me, I'd say that much after what happened last year. The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
It's tipped. Here's against Butler. Here's the pass to Johnson. Carries it down low. Johnson's got 4 points this quarter.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
Knight against Williams. They grab their own miss. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Williams against Knight. Mayo kicks to Sanders. Second shot opportunity. Here's with the rebound.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
Here's Williams, and he gets it to go. And now it's an 8-point Brooklyn lead.
He didn't get off to much of a start early on, but seems to have shaken off the rust here in the quarter.
You know, it's been a while since the Nets have been one of the feared teams in the East. They had their best season since their days when they would make trips to the finals in the early 2000s. Really an excellent turnaround effort from the entire organization.
And the new group in for the Nets. Here's Delfino, guarded by Kirilenko. Ilyasova dishes to Delfino. Here is a screen on Kirilenko. No good from Delfino. And for the Nets, who were one of the big turnaround stories from last season, they did it by beating the team, Steve, they were supposed to in the rest of the Eastern Conference. Great record against the East.
Yeah, 36-16 against their Eastern foes, so pretty solid in that regard. You know, they decided early on that the key was they had to get home court advantage in the first round, and they set their goal and they hit it. Unfortunately, they got knocked off by Chicago in that first round.
Bucks trail by 10. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jason Kidd was saying to his team. He focused on their offense and said to his guys, make the extra pass. Don't try to play hero ball and do it by yourself. That ends up leading to bad shots. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
And as always, Doris, thank you. And the basket by Johnson.
Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
But Julia, no luck.
It's been a great day for them on the boards, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And you know, from a number standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside.
Now here's Williams. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. And the layup is good. Williams is not.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Yeah, not a lot you can do defensively when they continue to get the ball inside and get these easy shots.
Harris against Johnson. Now here is Harris. He's covered closely. Excellent D there from Garnett.
Well defended, and he's not someone who responds well to that kind of defensive pressure.
And so that's the end of the first half. Brooklyn ahead as they end the third quarter on a
Brooklyn is so trash,
And
man.
now let's catch up with
I'm not even
Here
going
with
to
Joe
worry about it,
Johnson
man.
and Joe, one of the challenges.
Now, presented
I'm not
by
worried about it.
Sprint.
They are trash.
The fun has begun on this Saturday night. The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but you know, anything can happen.
Tremendous output from Johnson. He's got 16 points, and he's also got one block to add to the mix today.
Yeah, it's just a small part of what's been a solid overall contribution by him defensively.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Ilyasova and Sanders in the middle. Mayo out there with Jay. And it's Butler in at the small forward. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Harris. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And a brief look while we had the chance of a few of the hottest big men in the NBA. The leaders among centers and power forwards in field goal percentage during the last month. And you look at Sanders, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks.
You know, he's gotten to the top of that list because he has a terrific array of low post moves that allows him to free himself up to get to the basket for very high percentage shots.
And not only that, Steve, we always talk about athleticism and length and speed, but
Trash.
strength is a
Y'all
factor in this
trash.
game, too. It allows you to finish around the goal through other people, so that's something he does well.
Trash,
Look at the Joe
man.
Johnson trade
Trash.
for the Nets. They picked up his max contract from the Hawks, committing $80 million over 4 years. But, you know, last season, his lowest point output in over a decade, a down season overall. But, hey, there's a lot of talent on this team. He's not expected to score as much anymore.
And it's Butler missing. Brooklyn leading by 14. Here's the pass to Williams. Left side Williams. Pierce inside the three-point line.
That's why you
And one
miss.
rolling around and runs out. And for the Nets, they started the season doing some of that isolation offensively for Joe Johnson that we saw in Atlanta, Clark.
And even with the most efficient individual scorers, that's not usually the way to go offensively over the long haul. With Joe going through a bit of a lull in terms of shooting percentages, I thought they might have been better served to anchor the offense around Brook Lopez inside.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Guys, well, Larry Drew had some advice for his team over that last break. He mentioned the need for more use of the pick and roll. It's a basic component of their offense that he said he hasn't seen nearly enough of. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Harris against Williams. Harris gets the screen from Ilyasova. Harris kicks to Ilyasova. It's stolen by Garnett. And stolen by Ilyasova. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Ilyasova's got his first 2 points.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
As he should. That's a good decision. When he gets a clean look, he's got to take it.
Williams attacking. That is good. Williams has got 10.
A big problem for the Bucks last season was closing out games in the fourth quarter. You know, too often they would see their defense fall to the wayside as soon as the game started heading down the stretch. And as a result, they lost a lot of close ones.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Evans comes in for Kevin Garnett. And Allen Anderson subbed in for Johnson.
The second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Knight against Anderson. Rebound by Caron Butler. Butler's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The Bucks defense, we saw but we just
So even though they were a good shot blocking team, they were constantly having to cover up on penetration. And so even though you might get some shot blocks, you're also going to give up on layups and offensive rebounds. That was a major problem for the Bucks last year.
And a look now at the last month for the Nets. How did they stack up in the league statistically over that time frame? 2nd in assists, 3rd in scoring. And they're in the top 10 getting into the passing lanes and coming up with steals.
Man, Clark, let's go back to the assists for a second. I mean, this is what so efficient offensively that they've become
Ray Kirilenko for
too much size to be effective inside.
Agreed. As long as he picks his spots, his outside shot will be hard to block, no matter who's on it.
and that one's good. Bucks trail by 13. Harris gets the screen from Delfino. Over to the left wing. Puts up a 3, and again Milwaukee with the triple.
What a terrific job to get the release perfect that time. I thought it might get blocked or deflected, but nice stroke.
Even with giving up a lot of size in that matchup, still able to get off a nice long-range shot there.
Anderson dishes to Taylor. Back to Anderson. Pocket 6. Here's Lopez. And the layup falls. Lopez has got 10.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Well, their energy is lacking. They've got to start playing harder and battle down in the paint.
41 seconds left in the 3rd. Harris gets the screen from Delfino. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
You know, if you were only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would be ahead.
Taylor with the ball, picked up by Harris. Evans setting the pick for Lopez. Some solid defense there from Sanders.
I like the work there, contesting that shot that looked like it was going to be easy, but they forced the miss.
You know what? He got it in close, but couldn't finish in traffic.
Now here's Taylor. Off target at the rim.
Boy, I tell tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Brooklyn ahead, up 8. And we'll get it going after this from the Bradley Center. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. In a moment now to check out our State Farm assist to the game, and what a pass it was by a talented point guard.
Well, this is what he does. This is the kind of plays he's known for, Kevin.
Nets leading by 8. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. On the perimeter, the all-star trio of Williams, Johnson, and Pierce. Garnett out there with Blatch. Joe Thompson on the wing. Fades and shoots. Offensive rebound, Nets. Back to Williams. Garnett inside. Ilyasova on him. There's the dish to Pierce. Back to Garnett. Kicks it out to Johnson. The feed now to Garnett. Over Harris. And they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in one trip down the floor.
Really did a nice job recognizing the mismatch that he had and immediately cashing in with that mid-range jumper.
Pass to Butler. Wants to get it to Sanders and does. Lets it go. Rebound, Brooklyn. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home.
Boy, you take a look at that Celtics game. That's one they'd really like to have.
Williams passes to Johnson. Again, the miss by Johnson.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Sanders with a screen on Garnett. Here's Harris. Garnett grabs the board. Garnett's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Care, bro.
That kind of
I don't really care, bro.
Defender, that's going to be a pretty easy play for him.
And now Doris
I don't
Perez,
really care,
an update
bro.
from the sidelines.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Larry Drew's huddle. He doesn't think they've been giving it their all, saying they've been quicker to rebounds, to every loose ball. We gotta wake up. The game's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We have got to take control of this thing. We'll see if he lit a fire under him, guys.
There. Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
And Williams, here we go. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Bucks have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Harris kicks to Mayo. Lets it go from the wing. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Mayo's got it back down to within single digits for the Bucks. Nets have gone just 33% for the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Williams dishes to Garnett. And the rejection by Sanders. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Chance now to check out the schedule for Milwaukee.
That's crazy how he losing to.
As they take on the Bulls. That'll be just one.
That's crazy how he losing, bro. That is crazy.
To see what ends up happening with that Spurs game. Should be a good one.
Lopez, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Johnson outside. Clock at 4. Oh, good with the triple.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Harris outside. Ilyasova sets a screen for Harris. Harris missing again.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Johnson with it. Caron Butler covering. And Williams, here we go.
The Bucks have not defended well against Williams.
10 points now, and 3 assists as well. He's passing the ball.
Possibly have when he steps to the line.
Harris outside. Ilyasova, a screen on Williams. Harris against Williams. Fires from 18. Will
Interior collapse we've seen defensively is the reason they've struggled, and they're trailing by so much.
Harris kicks to Mayo. Harris outside. The baseline jumper goes down.
Well, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
And let's get this update.
Reached patient offense and using more of the shot clock. He'd like the tempo of this game. Kevin, let's see if he's made a wise decision.
Thank you, Doris. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Season for the Nets. High expectations, guys. They were the pick to be the most improved. A third head coach now in the span of a year.
And when the coaching change was made for the Nets, a lot was made of some of the comments by Darren Williams. Steve admitting that he'd been more comfortable with the offense in Utah.
Well, which is kind of ironic because when he was in Utah, sometimes he complained about the style of play. I think the big thing is for Darren Williams, his teams just have to win, and he has to lead. He's being paid as a superstar, and it's up to him to lead his club, and I think that's what he's trying to do this year. And these are the types of games where it's obvious one team clearly had the edge. Tonight is going to be a great win by a large margin for the Nets.
2 great rebounding teams, Clark.
Yeah, and these guys just worked a little.
4 seconds left in the game. It's Williams with the drive. Here's Lopez. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
In my opinion, Brook Lopez, guys, quite possibly is the best scoring 7-footer in the game. I mean, he has terrific skills on the low block. And he's able to step out and knock that outside shot down from out to the three-point line.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Here's a Teletovic is checked in for Garnett. Karolinko comes in for Paul Pierce. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Joe Johnson. And it's Tyshawn Taylor in for Williams. Here's Harris. Can't hit. Some solid defense here from Taylor. And for Brook Lopez last season, Steve, almost 20 points a game, shooting over 50%.
His best season ever, Kevin. I think he's really evolved into one of the top centers in the league. A big-time, elite interior threat. And as you know, I mean, that's kind of rare these days in the NBA. Boy, that pass was in the air a long time.
Long enough for him to get a finger on it anyway and send it out of bounds.
And the shot from Taylor. And the Nets lead by 17. Now Harris. Harris gets the screen from Pachulia. No good. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one.
Man, I don't like the
Controlling each end of the
I don't like the Nets
What
like
more
that.
can you ask? And now down to Doris Burke, who is courtside, standing by with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris.
But like I said, I don't even care about winning or losing. I just want to play.
This was a game where we saw.
Don't even care about that. I don't even care about that.
Thanks for stopping by. As you know, it's important for me to regularly check in with all of our players. So,
You already know what's up, man. We be doing the same stuff over and over and over again, man. I want more minutes.
Well, I've been playing pretty well lately. I feel like if I had some more minutes, I could really take my game to the next level.
you have stepped it up lately. But, coach is the one who ultimately decides on the rotation. I'll talk to him, see if there's anything we can do.
Nah, that's okay. I'm not looking to start any drama. I just wanted to let you know how I was feeling. I trust Coach to give me more run when he feels I'm ready.
I'm glad you feel like you can speak openly here with me. And if you ever need anything else to talk about, I'm always available.
I appreciate it. Hey, thanks again.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We have initiated our descent into Chicago metro area. Hope you
All right.
enjoyed the flight. See you again soon.
That's gonna wrap up the video. My name is Jaquavius Leonard Harris. I'm really not gonna say make sure you leave a like or comment. I'm not gonna say that. I just want y'all to enjoy the gameplay. That's the #1 rule for me. Y'all been doing a really good job. But yeah, man, that's gonna wrap it up. I'll catch you guys in the next video.